Yayo thoughts and tricks. Today I'm going to show you guys how I went from this cutie patootie right here, yes, and I was like, you know what, fuck that, we gonna turn into this evil looking wench right here. Yes sir. Yayo thoughts and tricks. It's your girl
O-S-E.
Ose. Alright, now first thing I gotta do is wipe off majority of my previous makeup. So the first thing I took away was all the little freckles that I had drawn on before. Also the lip gloss, that's got to go. I only wiped off half my eyebrow because the front bit I'm actually gonna keep, so I just wiped off the end half of my eyebrow. I'm gonna do something a little different with that, you'll see later on. And then I realized, this hair is too cutesy. You know, the curly bangs is too cute. It's gotta go. So I just added a little bit of water. And then I went with the combs. Firstly, wide tooth comb. Brushed that right through. Went with my parting comb. And then I blow dried it dry. Just making it completely dry, and since this section of hair is like so small, it doesn't take that long. Then I'm gonna comb it through again. This is also gonna make it easier for the next step that I'm gonna do. So what I'm gonna do next is that I'm gonna add a product to my hair to make it super soft. Now what I'm adding is Good Day, and this is their finishing cream. It smells so good, so flipping good. It smells like cotton candy. And I'm just gonna add like a pocket of change amount of size to my hair, and then a little bit more for the ends because my ends do tend to be a little bit crispy. And then I'm gonna comb that all the way through. Comb it through with my hands just to make sure that it's evenly distributed, and then go with the comb again. And then after that, I'm gonna blow dry it again and make sure it's completely dry. But my hair's a lot softer with this finishing cream inside of it. And now I'm going to go in with my Eco Styler. Eco Styler product that I'm using specifically is the black castor oil and flaxseed oil. And I just add a very generous amount of this product into my hair. Till it's looking a little bit soggy. I just feel like the way this one holds is really good. It's also alcohol free, the type that I have. And I'm also trying to like decide which way my hair is gonna go, so that's why I'm kind of just like directing it in a certain direction. I'm just trying to add enough styler to make it go flat, and then I also decide to get I call this like my tough comb. I just call it a tough comb because that's what it is. It's just tough, and I'm just using this one to further flatten my hair and just make it properly like proper stick to one side of my face, you know. Now I got my Got2b glue to also help with sticking my hair down to one side. I'm just trying to make sure that it's all evenly through there, that way when I have it down I don't have to place it down again. Now Now my edges do decide to be a little bit difficult, so I gotta add either a little bit more got to be glue, and I'll also be adding Gorilla Snot to my hair as well, just to help slick the rest of my edges after I've done combing all of that down. You gotta be careful with how much product you add though, so you don't get the white crust when it's all dry. But when you wrap your hair, I'm about to wrap my hair, when you wrap your hair, that pretty much never happens. Well, rarely happens. And now I've got my Gorilla Snot. Now the version that I use right now is Punk. The sport version of it is also really, really good as well, but I'm just using Punk because it's working for my edges lately. It's just been working really, really well. I'm just gonna add that to the end of my hair because, as I said before, they do tend to be a little crusty, and because they're a little dry, they're a little bit stubborn. But as you can see, I'm still managing to sweep my hair, swoop that shit all the way to one side. And this is why you make sure you do your hair before your makeup, because it just makes life so much easier that way. Final brush down, and then now I'm about to wrap my hair. I use a silk wrap. You can literally get one at any hair supply store. I get mine at Chloe Beauty, and I just make sure it's tied tight and all the way around everywhere that I've got new products on, just so that it stays firm. Rock it out, girl. Ooh. Alright, and now to start on my eyebrows. So what I'm doing is that with that front half that I still have on my face, is that I'm just going to lift it up a bit, do a little bit of a point, almost like horn kind of thing. I'm also going to have a slit in my eyebrow. Just kind of use concealer to create that effect, because I'm not really trying to cut my real eyebrow. I have little eyebrow as it is, so I really trying to mess that up. It's true though, your eyebrows are sisters, they are not twins. But I'm trying to get as close as I possibly can. Does look really, really messy right now, I know, but I'm so lazy because I'll do it really messy and then I'll just use my concealer to just clean it all up. That's what I do. That's how I do it. See, the other side is pretty much done, and now I just gotta clean up this side now. I'm just trying to make sure that they're both equally as pointy and that they're creating the same shape. Concealer made, slit in the eyebrow. But yeah, I really feel like me changing the shape of my eyebrow really just adds a different effect to the entire look. Now I'm just adding a little Vaseline because my lips felt a little bit crust. Now it's time for a snack break. You know how I love crackers. Now I'm going in with my primer. So I use an e.l.f. primer. This one was super cheap. And because it's super cheap, it is not that great. So what I do is that I add a thin bit of it pretty much everywhere, all over my face, and then I go in with my setting spray. Now this is a trick I learned from the interwebs, as most tricks are learned these days. Oh, this is my song. Alright, so setting spray that bitch up, and then rub that all over so that it mixes in with my pooey primer. And now I'm going to go in with my Fenty concealer. So my shade is a 390. This is my summer shade and the only shade I use because I cannot afford to buy 2 of these. And then I use my beauty blender and I just beat that all in everywhere. Just beat it in. And then I also make sure to put foundation on my neck because there's nothing worse than your neck being a different shape than your face. It's horrible. So when I go over my foundation, I also go over it with a brush just to make sure everything is super smooth. I know this is kind of like overkill, like use a brush or use a beauty blender, but I like to use both. It just feels way better when I go over everything with a brush just to make sure that everything's even and completely like this is supposed to be like my flat surface right now. I also make sure to get my ears with the brush just very lightly because your ears, your neck, and your face should all be the same color. If they're not, then like, girl, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, people really be forgetting their ears all the time, but I just gotta make sure that all 3, because your ears are very much a part of your face, so you gotta make sure those are all coming correct. And now I'm gonna go in with my contour. So first thing I do is I go in with my concealer once again, the same concealer that I used to on my eyebrows. And this one I also go to the beauty supply store. My mermaid tail brush from Mix and Blend, and I just use that to spread it all out. Now my camera did overheat at this point, so you don't get to see me applying the actual contour and baking, but what I use to bake my face is completely Fenty. It's all Fenty. I'm sorry, there's a lot of dance breaks. I was watching Hangover, the first Hangover, and yeah, there's a lot of bops in that one. So now we're gonna go right to the eyes. I've already finished my contour and everything, so you can see my jawline, you can see my chin, but when I go in with my eyes, the first thing I do, put that same concealer again. I'm gonna go with my mermaid tail brush. I'm just gonna make sure it's all a flat surface. I saw how sharp my jawline was looking. I'm like, a little blend, a little bit more on the neck. Yes. Alright, and now we're going in with my P. Louise eye base. Now I have this beautiful blue one. This is usually what the brush that I use for my cut creases. I'm just using it to dab very lightly, kind of all around the crease of my eye and out. Now I'm gonna go with my Mix and Blend palette. This is the Artist Volume 1. Now the shade that I'm using first is called Water Slide. This one is such a beautiful shade of baby blue. It's so pretty, and that's what I'm gonna use for my base over my P. Louise eye base. Alright, and then the next shade that we're going to go in with is Blue Coast from this very same palette. And on this one, I'm just going to go in the crease of the eye and then blend out from that. These two colors mix so well together. It's just so beautiful. Now I'm going to go with another Mix and Blend palette. This one is my absolute favorite, called Mixtape. Now we're going in with the shade Yode. And this one is also on the crease of the eye, but I'm also going on the inside of my eye where a cut crease would usually be. And I'm also going out on the end to make sure it's all a little dark blue sparkle on the end as well. And now I'm going in with another P. Louise. This is just a pure white eye base. You know, that's how I cheat when I do my cut creases. I do that little look up trick. It works so well. It's super easy. It's just a way simpler way of finding out where your proper cut crease is. And now I'm going to use my Aurora Lights palette. Now the first color we're going to go in with is Ombre. This one is pretty much a really white one. And I'm just going to go on the inside corner of my eyes with this, just to give my eye a little bit of a dazzle, a little sparkle. I got this one actually at Hot Topic, but this palette honestly is one of my favorites. It's so beautiful. I'm going to go in with Polar. Now for this one, I'm going to use it for the fade effect underneath my eye, all the way on the bottom lid of my eye, both sides, of course. Now we're gonna go in with Magnetic. This is a more of a navy blue. And I'm just going to use this one on the outside, and I'm just going to blend it out real simple. And now I'm going to go in with this L'Oreal. Is it L'Oreal? I feel like this is L'Oreal. It's Remiel London Wonder Swipe? I don't even know. But this is a gold color, and I'm just using this to outline my cut crease. I just feel like it just gives it a little bit more detail since the colors are so simple. It's pretty much just a blue. I feel like adding this to the outside of the cut crease just gives a little bit more detail. Now the line is pretty thin, and that's the way I like it. And now I'm going to go in with my mascara, and I'm just going to add a little bit of mascara, both eyes. I have no eyelashes. So the fact that in this mascara you can see my eyelashes in the camera right now, it's just amazing to me. I love this mascara. I cannot find the name of it. I got it as a bridesmaid gift for my sister's wedding, but this mascara is honestly just the bomb diggity. I also apply a little bit on my bottom lashes. I added some final details, so finally just adding my long false eyelashes. I added some black stars in the inside of them. They have a little bit of the blue attached to it as well. And I also exaggerated my beauty spot. And now for my lips. All I did for this step is that I got, this is actually an eyeliner, but I use it as a lip liner as well. And all I did was heat it up a little bit and then use it all around the lining of my lips. Now my lips technically line themselves, which is super cool. I love that about my lips. But we're adding some color today. Yes, ma'am. And now I'm gonna go in with my lipstick once I'm done with my liner. Now this lipstick is also Remiel London, and it's from the Stay Matte collection. It almost looks like a navy blue, but it's actually a really deep purple. I love it. Now the only problem with this lipstick is that it slides a lot. So, but once it's dry, it just absolutely just stays there permanent, like it's good. And now I'm just wiping off a little bit of excess lipstick. I know you'd think with such big lips, how do you overdo it? But I find a way. I always find a way. It takes me a minute to get them perfect since it does like to slide a smidge, so I just keep adding thin layers. You got to be really thin with the layers with this one, because this one, it is a little tricky of a lipstick to maneuver, but once you figure it out, it looks stunning when it's dry. And I'm gonna go in with my highlighter palette. So the first color we're gonna go in with is, this looks like a funny way of spelling onion. I'm gonna say around. I sound so stupid. I'm sorry, guys. And I'm looking at myself apply it, and I'm like, oh girl, sis, that is a lot of highlight. That is a lot. But then I keep going because you know what, today we're going a little drama. We're being extra. And then on top of that, we are going to go in with Eclipse. And then I'm going to use this one on the cheekbones again and blend it with the Aron. And then I'm also going to use it on the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose, just to give it that shiny, like really cutesy effect. And then I also use that same Eclipse highlight on the top of my lip, just to give that extra oomph, that extra detail of sauce. And that is it. That is the final detail. That's the final look, guys. Right there you have it. I just added a choker to give it a little yes, that is me, that is we are bad gal. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe to my channel, you know what it is. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.